It was 11:50 p.m. on December 31st, 2025. Far away from the noise of Dhaka, in a small village called Kaliganj near Bogura, 4 friends, me, Rahat, Sohel, and Tanvir, were sitting inside my grandfather's old abandoned 2-story house. We had been coming here every New Year's Eve for the last few years. No electricity, just a few candles and the torches from our phones. Outside, thick fog covered everything. Rahat laughed and said, "At exactly midnight, all 4 of us will shout, 'Happy New Year!' together. If anyone gets scared, they have to pay 1,000 taka as a fine." We all burst out laughing, but deep inside, I felt uneasy. Before my grandfather died, his last words to me were, "Never touch that clock. If you make it run before midnight, time will stop for you." The clock was an old wooden wall clock with a long pendulum placed right in the middle of the room. It had been stopped for many years. At 11:55 p.m., the clock suddenly started ticking. Tick, tick, tick. We all froze. Sohel whispered, "Was there a battery in it?" Tanvir tried to joke, "Old clocks sometimes start on their own," but the ticking grew louder and clearer. Then we noticed something terrifying. The second hand was moving backwards. Rahat stood up and walked closer to the clock. "Look at the time. It's showing 11:59, but running in reverse." I shouted, "Rahat, stop! Don't touch it! Grandfather warned!" Before I could finish, Rahat opened the small wooden door at the back of the clock. Inside, there was a yellowed piece of paper. On it was written in faded ink, "Whoever starts this clock before the 12th strike of midnight will never see the new year, because time will stop for them." The room fell silent. Then the ticking suddenly stopped. All the candles went out at once. Only our phone torches were still on. From somewhere far away, we heard a voice counting slowly. 10, 9, 8. It sounded exactly like my grandfather's voice. Tanvir's voice trembled. "Who is counting?" The voice was getting closer. 7, 6, 5. A cold wind began to blow inside the closed room. One by one, our phone torches started dying. 4, 3, 2. The entire room plunged into complete darkness. Then, right beside us, a voice whispered softly, "1." And then, in a calm, chilling tone that sounded like all 4 of our voices merged into one, it said, "Happy New Year." I screamed, "Who's there?" No one answered. Suddenly, the candles lit up again by themselves. The clock had stopped once more. But now, there were only 3 of us in the room. Rahat had disappeared. Sohel asked in a shaking voice, "Where is Rahat?" Tanvir looked at the window and let out a terrified scream. Rahat's face was pressed against the glass from the outside. His eyes were wide open, his mouth frozen in a silent scream. Behind him, there were countless shadowy figures, all staring at the clock. We ran downstairs and rushed out of the house. Outside, fireworks were lighting up the sky. The new year had begun. Our phones showed 12:01 a.m., but Rahat's phone was in my pocket. It started ringing. The screen displayed caller ID, Rahat. With trembling hands, I answered. From the other side, Rahat's voice came, slow, calm, and distant. "Brother, I couldn't reach midnight. You three enjoy the new year. I'm still stuck at 11:59. Then the call ended. To this day, every December 31st at exactly 11:59 p.m., you can hear the old clock ticking again in that abandoned house. And if you are ever alone in that room on New Year's Eve, you will hear someone counting softly. 10, 9, 8. Whatever you do, never look at the clock, because time doesn't always move forward.